For nearly half a century, Voyager 2 has traveled through the immense darkness beyond our solar system, carrying humanity's curiosity farther than any spacecraft of its era was ever expected to go. Long after leaving the familiar planets behind, it slipped beyond the sun's protective influence and into the vast, silent ocean between the stars. Most people assumed its story would eventually fade into silence. After completing its mission, it was expected to drift endlessly through interstellar space, never surprising us again. Launched in 1977, Voyager 2 carried no defenses, no advanced artificial intelligence, and no powerful engines. It was simply a scientific explorer equipped with instruments, transmitters, and the famous Golden Record, a message from Earth intended for whoever might one day discover it. Its purpose was straightforward: study distant worlds, send back valuable discoveries, and continue its lonely journey until time finally claimed its aging systems. But decades later, something unexpected happened. Without warning, Deep Space Network antennas detected an unusual transmission arriving from Voyager 2. It wasn't a clear message or a system alert. It was an irregular burst of data buried beneath layers of static, almost like a faint whisper breaking through cosmic noise. Engineers initially dismissed it as another symptom of aging hardware. After all, the spacecraft had survived far longer than anyone believed possible, and strange telemetry wasn't uncommon for a machine built with 1970s technology. Yet the more scientists examined the signal, the stranger it became. Its frequencies shifted in ways that didn't resemble ordinary interference. The distortions repeated with remarkable consistency, and the pauses between each burst followed a rhythm that seemed almost intentional. What first appeared to be random corruption slowly revealed an unmistakable pattern. It wasn't behaving like damaged electronics. It looked organized. Weeks of analysis only deepened the mystery. Researchers compared every pulse, every fluctuation, and every fragment of data against known sources of interference. Nothing matched. The transmission displayed mathematical order hidden beneath apparent chaos, convincing some investigators that the spacecraft wasn't merely malfunctioning. Something had altered the signal itself. That possibility transformed a routine engineering investigation into one of the most unsettling puzzles ever associated with an interstellar spacecraft. Everything seemed to begin with what looked like an insignificant spike in Voyager 2's radiation readings. Similar anomalies had appeared before and were usually dismissed as harmless background activity. But then another spike arrived, noticeably stronger than the first. 11 hours later, another appeared at precisely the same interval. The timing was impossible to ignore. Natural cosmic events rarely repeat with such precision. Whatever produced these bursts appeared to be following a deliberate sequence. Scientists requested every available packet of raw telemetry from Voyager's low-gain antenna and began examining the signal frame by frame. During the review, they noticed something unusual. A narrow band of frequencies had been amplified far beyond expected levels, creating repeated loops inside the waveform itself. It almost looked as though another layer of information had been woven into the transmission. Decoding those loops became an enormous challenge. For weeks, experts transformed the data into visual spectrograms, searching for hidden structures. Eventually, a remarkable image began to emerge. Not a photograph or recognizable object, but a perfectly ordered mathematical spiral. As more of the sequence was reconstructed, the proportions closely resembled the famous Fibonacci pattern expressed through plasma wave frequencies. The discovery left researchers stunned. Random interference doesn't naturally arrange itself into elegant mathematical relationships. The evidence suggested that Voyager 2 hadn't simply passed through an unusual cloud of particles. It appeared to have crossed paths with something far more extraordinary. If the pattern truly represented communication, then it implied an even more unsettling possibility. Whatever created it had detected Voyager's presence, and responded. News of the anomaly spread quietly among specialists studying deep space communications. Some argued that unknown plasma behavior could still explain the signal. Others believed an undiscovered astrophysical phenomenon was responsible. But no explanation successfully accounted for the extraordinary mathematical precision embedded within the transmission. As investigators continued digging through Voyager's engineering records, another mystery surfaced. Several onboard instruments that had remained inactive for years suddenly appeared to reactivate on their own. Among them was a backup magnetometer that had not received any activation command from Earth. Mission logs showed no scheduled instructions, no software updates, and no evidence of accidental switching. The instruments simply turned themselves back on. Even stranger, they weren't operating randomly. Each device seemed to orient its observations toward the same region of space associated with the original transmission anomaly. Instead of scanning freely, they focused consistently in one direction, almost as if the spacecraft had retained some awareness of where the event occurred.